Hello, here we are testing an example of the use of probe in an exploration kind of way of working. So this example is about the optimal mix between television, long-form video and short-form video from the viewpoint of a sales house. So let's start with a budget of 200K in a period of 4 weeks where the target group is a person responsible for purchases 18 to 54. Our secondary target group is the younger age group, 18 to 34. Our media types are TV of this sales house, online video, long form, and YouTube. For rates, we take cost per GRP of 1,000, long form of 33, and short form of 23. How do we translate this to a plan? We start with new. In new, you define the parameters of your plan. They're on the left side. Just walk through them. Select the campaign period, for example, March. 3 weeks in March. As a reference period, we select, I wanted to select 4 weeks. As a reference period, I select 4 weeks in November. This sales house is in the northern part of Belgium, so I select the northern part. My target groups are person responsible for income, which is the main shopper, age group 18 to 54, and the younger age group 18 to 34. If you don't see it directly, just use the find button and you can select the second target group. Channels and day parts. This example is just an example. It's about regie, ads, and data. So let's use a little part of that name and select television. Oh, sorry. The long form, the short form. Right. So we ignore the rest, this is just fine, and we select the run button. In this period, the tool is collecting all the data and preparing on the fly the probabilities to be used in the tool. So it takes a little bit of time because it's a lot of respondents. But in the end, it will create for you a worksheet. Okay, this is your worksheet. The columns you see are the default columns for you as a user in your tool. You can always change them, adapt them, change the order with the little buttons, select extra columns, but for now it's fine for me. Okay, let's set up the first the prices. So the price was for television, it was 1,000. For long form video, we use 33, and for short form, we use 23. And then we start making a plan. I prefer to summarize or to use my summary view on TV and on my video because it is so easy to type in the budget. So let's assume that we start with a campaign only on television, so the full amount of 200K on TV. Instantly, the reach and frequency are calculated. You can see the reach and frequency for one target group in your worksheet screen. For the other target group, you can use the KPIs to see the performance of the reach in the secondary target group. In this case, it's actually quite a bit lower on this younger age group. And that's exactly the reason why we want to bring in online video. So make an extra scenario, add a scenario, and it takes a copy from the scenario I was in, which was all budget on TV. It's quite easy. I want to do an example. It is just an exploration to put 10% of the budget online. The budget is allocated conform natural delivery between the TV channels and beneath the underlying long form and short form video in this case. So this is a 10%. I make a nice name of this plan. Let's say 90% TV versus 10% online video. Copy it because I can use it for the next slides. I say add an extra scenario. In this case, I change it to 20%. Rename it. %80% and 30%. Okay. You can do an extra one. Add. And you do 30% just to get a feeling for what is going, is it what direction the plan is going. 70% versus 30%. All right. So now we want to check the performance not only on the main target group, but also on the other target groups. So this was the television plan. As it was the one with 20%. And we see now how the reach is growing in the, growing in the older age group, but especially growing in the younger age group. And there are many ways where you think my plan can be analyzed on 1+, could be as well on 2+ or 3+. You could look at the amount of GRPs as well. That can be interesting as well. Now it's a little bit more in balance. We can look at like the 3+ reach. Extra via the function panel, you can find extra result types. Apply them, and they will be available in your screen. So this is the base thing you want to play with, the exploration. You can always open up the station day parts and look at the distribution between the different packages and the long form and the short form within the sales house. And there are extra options like optimization. So starting from a certain point of view, doesn't really matter which one, but any can be used. We can do an optimization, optimize on reach, put the results in a new scenario, show me the mountain of solutions that are calculated, give me some feedback about which one I prefer. But trying to find a new media plan. And there are all good plans. Some of them are a little bit more budget online. Some of them are a little bit higher budget on television. There is one over here with some more on television, but some more GRPs as well. Slightly lower on affinity, but you can choose the winner and you can say, oh, I like that one as well because it has a slightly higher amount of GRPs. That's interesting as well. So let's take that one. Take it to your screen, and you can see what the mathematical optimal budget is on reach. And when you take into account as well the affected GRPs, this one with 80% and 20% is really nice as well. But keep an eye on all kinds of result types. That's why the KPI scenario screen is so useful, that you can check a lot of other result types as well. So at a certain moment, you pick one of the examples as your winning scenario, and you think, well, this is what I've learned about the vision of spreading budget of television to online video. What is the best spread, and what other facts are important as well to take into account, like the effective amount of GRPs. So this is the first example.